You are listening to Shameless Stories, and I'm Nicola Humber, founder of the Unbound Press, soul-led publishing company for magical women writing world-changing books. And we are delighted to be the sponsor of this podcast. So enjoy, magical one.
So, welcome to another episode of Shameless Stories. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. So, I'm going to be keeping it really real today. I am really excited to introduce my guest, Heather, without choking. Heather Francis. She is the podcast host of Midlife Moves. And I reached out to you on Instagram because I just felt a massive affinity with your message and the fact that in midlife, as I'm demonstrating really well right now, it can be a real hot mess.
Chaos. Mm-hmm.
Chaos. So I always tend to give a bit of a backstory, but we've literally just had deliveries arrive. We've got cleaners in the background. Technology issues. I think this is a standard thing for women. I don't know, but we're just going to roll with it and talk about real life, because this is what this is all about. It's all about living shamelessly and leaning into the messiness. So Heather, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk.
So at least I'm not choking on my drink anymore. So we were just talking really briefly before we came on about kind of how your podcast came about and kind of your mission and purpose around that. And it sounds like we're super aligned with what we're trying to do with both of our podcasts, around giving women a voice, making them realize that they don't need to kind of succumb to the shame that often crops up in midlife. I just wonder, have you experienced shame much?
Oh daily. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yes, even like the video that prompted you to reach out, there's shame associated with being lonely. There because then you feel like something's wrong with you. You feel like there's something that you're not doing right. So yes, I experience shame on the daily, probably, unfortunately.
Yeah. And is there any so I often talk about sliding door moments. So there's often a moment in time where something was really particularly amplified, where instead of following the path you've always followed, you've kind of taken another turn. And it's enabled you to kind of, shame might have kept you in that space, but you may have taken a different choice. Has anything like that happened to you in life? Like you've mentioned things. So
I think that this is what you're asking. But so in addition to the podcast page, I have a fitness Instagram page where I post my workouts, and I post, working out is just a large part of who I am. It's my hobby.
Yeah.
And I was always very ashamed of my body,
right,
and being feminine and finding comfort in my body, right? And so then I started lifting weights and I started doing all these things. And one of my friends was, I lifted something very heavy, and he was like, let me post you on my Instagram page. And I was like, there's no way you can do that. Like you cannot tell anyone, we are not taking a picture of this. This is just between you and me.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, why? Why wouldn't I share this accomplishment with someone? Why wouldn't I want to, because there's other women who probably feel the same way. They feel small, and they're not celebrating their accomplishments, and they're not celebrating their bodies, and they're not celebrating, and it doesn't have to be in a public way. So then I started my fitness page, because I was like, well, if one other woman watches this and she's like, oh, well, if she's doing it, I can do it, I think that's what you were asking, but that would be a time that I would think. So now, I post every day on it. I post my workouts, and I post a selfie, and now that's part of just my routine. It's my accountability is taking that selfie and posting it and just celebrating. I showed up for myself again today in this way.
I love that. And that's such a reframe. It's not the ego thing. It's the it's keep making yourself accountable for something that you're doing, a goal that you're working towards, a ritual that you're doing. I love that.
Yeah. Can you hear this?
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, I can't. I was thinking the same because the wind is blowing like a
I
good.
can't hear anything. This is just going to be one of those days. Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine. This is, this is what it's all about. It's about keeping it real and, leaning into the challenges of life. And, one thing, I mean, I posted earlier on my own social media is like, it doesn't need to be perfect anymore. Like, people aren't interested in, beautiful aesthetics. It's about real life. And if we're going to have these platforms, if we're going to have podcasts and social media, it's a great way to build meaningful connection. I mean, I reached out because I saw a video you'll share, and it was like, I need to be speaking to this lady because people want to feel, they want connection through those spaces, and they want to connect with real people, not people that are doing it because, oh, look at my nice green salad. It's not like that. It, like, social media used to be like that. I think it's really changing now. Would you agree, or I don't want to lead the way?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that I was honestly, like, with that video in particular, I was shocked at the response that it had and that it's still having, and that was an imperfect video. I was sitting at my desk and like something said like, this is a message that you just need to record. And so I just did it. I was wearing a shirt that said, my dog and I talk shit about you, like it wasn't even it was just like off the cuff. It wasn't perfect. It was just me saying like, my daughters experience the same thing. They experience the same loneliness. They watch groups of girls get together and don't invite them. And I wanted to acknowledge for them, like normalize for them, like a lot of women experience this. Like this isn't abnormal. There's nothing wrong with you because you're experiencing this.
Yeah.
But like that video was seen 900,000 times between TikTok and Instagram so far, and it's still going strong. And it's like, in addition to the comments on it that are like, me too, I see myself in this. And it's the messages, from women saying like, I don't want to say anything publicly, but like, this is how I feel. And it was, I think that we're also tired of trying to be perfect all the time. Like, because nobody's perfect. Life is messy. Life is, like vacuuming on top of a podcast recording and deliveries at the worst times. Like, that's life. It's like it's recording a stupid video and putting it on Instagram, and the luck of the universe that the video that goes viral is the one me announcing that I have no friends. Like that, like life isn't, but I agree with you. That was my way of saying I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, and I mean, I think as well, like, it's just going to be a snapshot in that, I suspect that video isn't true today, it was true in that moment. And that's what I think as well. It's like when you're dealing with children and, your girls are having this issue as well. And there is I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I don't think I ever got told that sometimes girls are just like that. And it's nothing you're doing that's, you don't smell, you just not that day, just doesn't work today.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, I don't know, I guess there's, I love the fact that we're the generation that we can change that a little bit for our kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, because our parents aren't talking about it. My parents anyway. Maybe yours are.
Yeah, well, I do think that even our parents find it hard to make new friends, and
absolutely,
and it is hard. I don't know, you just get in a rut, don't you? I think you just believe that well, I'm in my space, they're in their space, I'm not going to start encroaching in their space. And like, there's the odd person that will bowl in and kind of bust into a circle, but that's courageous.
That is a brave person. But the other thing is like connection, right? It's not just like I have these friends, because I do have friends and I have acquaintances, but like true connection is where I'm energized. Like all of those like surface level interactions are like wildly draining for me, as I think they are for most women, especially as we age. And we're like, I just don't have time for this. Like, I just don't have time for bullshit. And I don't like, I, there's a few women that I connect with and I've had in my life for years, and they are the women that I'm happy with. And like, really, I'm okay. You know, somebody called because I said a couple times in the video, and that's okay. And somebody was like, if you were really okay, you wouldn't say that. And I started to respond and I was like, no, really, I'm okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, this is where I am and I'm okay with it.
I think as well, it sounds like you're quite similar in the respect of sometimes we just need to voice it for other people to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be something that's like, it might have been going on. I've done this too, where I've reached out and like, well, I had a rage, perimenopausal rage the other day, and I just screamed down the TikTok.
Yeah.
Just like,
Good for you.
I just want to talk to somebody that's not my family, because if I do, they'll get upset. It's kind of like, you just need to have I just like women, I don't know about you, but I'm looking for the depth straight away. I just want to go deep. I want to go nasty. I want to get real. And you know, isn't the weather lovely? I can't be doing with that. It's just like, let's either go there or don't.
I've got 5 minutes of that, and then I'm like, I was telling I was telling one of the girls in my gym, I was like, because I said like I don't really have a lot of friends, and she was like, I don't really believe that, and I was like, no, really, like I get weird in social situations. Like I have like 2 minutes of like small talk, and then I'm like, let's talk about death, you know, like it goes into something really weird. That's not really a good example, but like it goes into something really weird and like in depth, and not everybody responds well to that.
No, and I would say I'm the same, because you know, I can go from, well, I don't know, I mean, because being in PR, there you had to network a lot, and I just remember standing there, just like my eyes would glaze over, and I'd just be off in another in another world, not really paying much attention. I find it a little bit dull when you're not when it's very shallow conversation.
Yeah.
And it's very evident to people, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or it's like too enthusiastic. You know, I find that I'm like, because I'm like, I need to tone it down, like just a smidge, and act less excited, because I'm not excited in this.
No, you so totally shouldn't. Like, and I think that's the thing. It's like, I think the older we get, the more we haven't got time for the bullshit. We just like, I feel like I'm finding my voice, and I want to teach my kids to use theirs, and I also want to help other women do that too. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do it the same, like through storytelling, you know, like what better way to make people feel less alone than to tell your story?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So what you're doing here is wonderful.
Well, with and yourself as well, with the loneliness piece, it's like, yeah, I mean, there are days when, so I've got lots of friends and acquaintances on the messengers and things, but when I was growing up, I had like one or two best friends, and I could tell them anything and they'd meet me on that level. But then as we grew up, they didn't want to go to that level anymore. And I then kind of found myself in this void of like, well, who can I tell my, all my stories to now? Oh, and then you almost get ostracized because you're too deep, or you're too big, or you're too loud or excited, and that's when friendship groups become, oh well, she's the weirdo that doesn't stop talking about blah blah blah. And unfortunately, where you're growing up, that story sticks with you. Like, I would have always been the one that was loud and chatty. I don't think you're probably getting that, really, are you, from me?
Well, I think it's perfect.
But I remember they'd come and talk to me about the meaning of life, but they wouldn't come and talk to me or fixing their problems. They were the two things that I would be like roped in for. But then, like to keep it light when we're in social situations. Like, Sarah, stop talking about the meaning of life.
Right. Yeah. Right. Not now.
Not now. It's not a good time.
Yeah.
Later, when we're at like 3 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah. And I think a lot of those feelings like do stem from our, like stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves like when we're younger. Like I can remember it was my birthday and I had two or three good girlfriends, and I was one of my teenage birthdays, and two of my girlfriends were like, I can't hang out with you. And so I went to the mall with another friend, and my two girlfriends were there in the mall together.
Right.
And I was like, hmm. So that like things like that, like that so many of us had, like Taylor Swift had something like that happen to her. You know what I mean? Like all of us have those experiences, and they go into the stories that we tell ourselves. Unfortunately, we carry it into adulthood too, you know? So it's work to move out of it. But I think that those are, the lessons that you learn about yourself and what you are willing to tolerate. And, like, all right, well, this is who I am,
Yeah.
this is who I am.
It's funny you say that. Like I've had that come up with my daughter a few times with some of her with friends, and she'd be like, oh, because I do this rationalization thing where, oh, maybe she just didn't call because she had a car accident. Like this is drama, over egging it, but she might have had this, or this might have happened, or that might have happened, and I'd rationalize it with myself. And I've had this similar situation to you with the mall. Like we'd arranged to go shopping, and then I got told, no, I've got other plans, but the other plans involve not me but being with some other girl because they just want to hang out together. You immediately take that as a personal, you kind of take that personally, I think. Well, do. When actually just a little bit of communication, like, hey, we're just not going to hang out today because I want to hang out with so and so. I still love you, but I need some time. It's almost like that my husband calls it having a full a full sentence, because a lot of the times we get given half the sentence and then up the shit at the end. That's half the problem.
That's right. I think like it's hard, but and it's hard to communicate because we don't want to hurt people. So and that goes into it too. So it's hard to have hard conversations, even if they're not hard, even if we think it's going to be, like it may not even be that hard, because you would probably be like, oh, okay, call me later, like,
yeah, sure, have a good time with your friend.
Later. Do
you want to come anyway?
That's what I would do too. I'd be like, oh, canceled plan.
There's that as well. That's the silver lining, isn't it?
Oh, I'm gonna put my pajamas back on.
Oh, damn it, I can catch up on the morning show.
Exactly. I know. I think that's right.
I love that. So what other topics have you spoken about on your podcast? What comes up?
So I talk a lot. There's a couple where we talk about fitness. I talk to a trainer. We talk about nutrition, things like that with one of my coaches. I talk about fear and how fear holds us back, and the things that we don't do in life because we are scared of, small and large consequences, like the fitness Instagram page. It's inconsequential to anybody but me, but like it was scary to take that leap, and to start posting those pictures and sharing that side of me. I talk about how we need to own our accomplishments and not minimize ourselves. Because I think as women, I'm very good at not taking ownership of the things that I've done. Because I've done some cool things, like, as I'm sure you have, and as, like my mom has, and like every woman listening to this has probably done some like cool shit in their life. And just owning that and taking that as like, and being proud of it and saying out loud, like, I did this, like I did this cool thing, and this is something that I accomplished by myself, and I'm going to be really fucking proud of it. How we don't do that enough because we're trying to stay small, or we're trying to make other people comfortable. That's the kind of stuff I talk about.
I love that.
Nothing too deep, just
no. But this is important. This is stuff that you know, you can sit around. I mean, I was out with some friends at the weekend and we were talking about this sort of stuff. And it's like, you know, I was saying to one of the girls, it's like, am I saying too much? Am I going too deep? She's like, no, she said, the thing is, when you say this stuff, it makes me think, and then I open up. And I think that's the goal of our podcast, both of our podcasts, because we want to open up, start talking about stuff, that the good stuff and the bad stuff, you know, life is full of, you know, it's a colorful tapestry, you know, of adventures, and it's the things that are shit are often sent for us to learn from, grow from.
Oh yeah.
Those situations with our friends when we were growing up, they're all cycles that we repeat until we decide to do something about them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, love that. Huh. Just love it. But is there, I mean, have you got any other stories you want to share with the listeners, and anything else that wants to come up as we're talking?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that if anyone can, you know, I think I'm just really grateful that you and I are having the opportunity to have this conversation. And it's just fun talking to other people with the same goal in mind. I just want women to feel seen. Like that's really all of it.
Well, if anything, you've gained another friend.
That's good.
I might not be down the road, but
no, we're not really around the corner. But yeah.
But I think that's another thing. Like, COVID did a massive thing for me in that when we became online, it enabled me to find. I mean, I've got so many friends, like-minded friends, but they don't live in my town. There's friends in Austin. I've got friends in Australia, and it's kind of, you know, that was the beauty of COVID, being at home and being online. And now we're at the other end of it, where, I don't know about you, but sometimes I find it a bit orcs being in social situations where we haven't got 2 meters between us, and like there was a big excuse to not go hang out with people because, you know, people had told us we weren't supposed to.
Oh yeah, like in the grocery store line when you're like, I really miss that 4 feet.
Back away, personal space.
Yeah. Yeah, personal space. No, I agree. I struggled through COVID. Like I struggled through COVID, but as I mentioned to you, like I have a health condition, and so like the bleeding, like the some of the health aspects of COVID were terrifying for me.
Sure.
So, you know, we were like hyper careful during that time. But I think that it did some really like good thing. Like I think we as a society did a good job of staying connected, and it broadened like our reach. Like I learned about things because I was seeking ways to cope with the stress other than, you know, other than wine. And so like it opened my eyes to all kinds of other like meditation and, you know, different stress coping mechanisms, you know, or tools that I just wouldn't have known about otherwise. I think that it wasn't all horrible.
No,
it wasn't great, but it wasn't all horrible.
No, sure. I mean, I feel like there were options of like, you could be, you know, have a you know, dial a beer, or it was try and be more healthy about it and more conscious. And it was interesting because me and my husband, he used to go to the office, and what was great for him is that he was like, this is, I'm working from home, I can go for a run, I've got all this extra time. And now he's been working from home for like 2 years, and it's lost its kind of, not novelty, but, you know, instead of going for a run, it's like, oh, let's work an extra hour. Or where did that time go? It's like, it's really interesting how there's been some shifts around that. But I, you know, agree with you. It was hard at times, but also there were gifts in being more connected with, you know, with yourself and what you need, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the kids had a really hard time with it. I felt bad for the kids, but.
How old are yours, out of interest?
So I have a 25-year-old, a 20-year-old, 18, and my only son is 12.
Wowzers, like you don't look old enough to have a 25-year-old.
Oh, thank you. I'm probably not, truth be told, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I mean, mine are a little bit younger than that, but yeah, I guess I've got it all to come, as mums always say to me, well, how old are they? And mine are 9 and 11.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm just about to go into fun times, I think. So
yeah, do you have boys or girls?
girls.
Oh, you have girls. Yeah, my obviously my oldest 3 are daughters, and they are my best friends.
Oh.
Now, they hated me for years. But now they're my besties. They're like little me's.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You don't need any other friends.
I don't need anybody else. I've got 3 live-in ones here. Actually, one of them doesn't live with us anymore, but the oldest one, but
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I could chat to you forever. I always can on these podcasts, but it's been absolutely lovely to have you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the listeners before we wrap up?
No, just thank you for having me, and thank you for listening. And this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this.
So much fun. It was lovely to meet you.
Yes.
And yeah, don't be a stranger.
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
So I'm going to share all the links and a bit more information about Heather on the show notes. If you want to follow her, give her a holler on Instagram, or check out her podcast. Please do. And we'll be back next week with another episode of Shameless Stories. And thanks again, Heather, for joining me.
Thanks again for having me.